YouTube? It's me, it's your favourite Steve. I want to apologise now. I had two different vlogs I was going to do today. First vlog I was going to show you my profit. Well, no, I wasn't going to do two different ideas for the vlogs. It's now 11:15. Don't know why I looked at my wrist. I don't have a watch on. Yeah, it's now 11:15. My first vlog I was going to show you the profits for May, or what my ending profit figure was. And I'll show that another day. And then I was going to talk to Shell, but we've had a bad night with the kids, so she's gone to bed. She's had to go to bed because Lace was just kicking off big time. So I don't know what to do. I really don't, I'll be honest. These are the times where I do kind of question whether to keep daily vlogging, because I just, there are days where, sorry, there are days where I just really haven't particularly got anything to chat about really, or show, or whatever. eBay wise, I was trying to get a WWE Horseshock earlier that's close to my house. It's got a couple of rings, a couple of belts and some figures. I'm going to give her a day. This lady advertised, oh god, this must have been, it's when I first started getting stuff off Spock, so about 2-3 months ago. She had this load of WWE stuff and she had it on there for 80 quid. And I made an offer of 50 at the time. That was the most I wanted to go for it. Looking at it now, I probably would go for 60. But at the time I only wanted to go for 50. Sorry about the yawning. I only wanted to go for 50, and she's brought it down to 60 quid now. At the time, she was being very arrogant about it, saying, well, I know I've got a lot of rare figures and rare belts, and I was looking and going, yeah, particularly, that will sell well individually, so, I've got a collector that's going to be buying them off me pretty soon, so if you don't like, I can go on with 50, she come back with 70, and she wanted out here originally. She was like, if you don't come back, if you don't take the £70 offer, then, this collector's going to get them. I've been watching it and it's still on there, so I sent 50 quid again today and she hasn't, because she's put it now down to 60. I sent her an offer of 50 quid again today, and she hasn't declined it or counter offered it. So I was hoping, this was about 7 o'clock, I was hoping that she'd reply either telling me to piss off or accepting it, but oh well. I've got another wrestling haul either coming tomorrow or Saturday. I hope it's tomorrow. What else is going on? We find out a week Monday, and I mentioned this in a vlog the other day. We find out a week Monday, and we get the diagnosis for my little boy Liam. If you don't know, I've got time, I might as well get into it. When Liam was a baby, not a baby, say one, we noticed a few little things where we went, actually, I'll probably say it's before one. He used to crawl around the room like when he's one just throwing stuff behind him, and like we thought, well, he just likes throwing. And then as he's got older, we've noticed a lot of other things, that his speech isn't up to scratch. He's very much like a copier of what you say. So he's gone to nursery, stuff like that. We let the nursery know what we thought. He's been seeing consultants. I've got to say, these consultants, speech and language, I can't think of them all, there's so many, are really good and have helped us like a crap load over the past 6 months to a year. But he's been rushed forward to panel, which is for him to get a diagnosis of him being autistic, so him being on the spectrum. And we find out a week Monday whether he is, but I think we're all of me, Shell, everybody, all the consultants are all of the same thought process, that he's autistic. Yeah, just one of them things. It is hard work. It's a lot of hard work, but I think eventually my wife's. I earn the more money, and I'm doing the eBay, so I think eventually my wife's gonna have to leave her job and kind of become his kind of full-time carer, because it is just, he needs someone. Obviously he has it at school, but he needs someone who's going to be a consistent, instead of like me and Shell leaving the house at like 8 o'clock every morning, and Shell's dad having him. Shell's dad does a really good job with him, but it's hard. It's like when you discuss it with people, I don't think people get it. What autism is, or anything like that, or get like his little things. Yeah, there's like, for instance, he doesn't, like, obviously he knows who my mum is, but we mostly go to her house. She works full time, we work full time. Try and get there every, I don't know, take them round every Saturday, every month or something, and then she pops in every now and then during the month. But he's got used to the fact that we see my mum and her boyfriend at their house. And then if these two come here, or they come into the house, he loses his shit. Like, he hates it. He just, no. It's like kind of like a thing of, no, I know you in your house. I don't know you here. And it's, my mum, I don't know if my mum gets like offended, but I don't think she particularly understands, why it is he's acting like that, and why he's getting upset. It's not because he doesn't like my mum. It's because it's just, his mindset. It's the way his mind works. It's the same with like, they're just old school, if you know what I mean. And obviously, autism's around in their day, but not as, we don't know as much as we know now. So I just think he needs a consistent person around. And if you look at my past vlogs, my goal's always been I need to get out of working for the man, if you know what I mean, and that is still my ultimate goal. But I think my personal main goal at the minute is to get Shell out of her full-time job, and get us to a point where I'm covering her wage, so she can look after Liam, so she can be here, because it is very stressful, and she does do most of the stuff when it comes to Liam, especially in the night time. He wakes up in the night quite a bit, and he wants show, so she'll go and sit beside his bed and stuff. So, and then she has to go to work the next day. So it's hard work. But we find out a week Monday, and then there's going to be a lot of things that need to change, or you know, me personally, I want to do a course. I'd like to do a course on autism and learning how to deal with autism. As I mentioned in the vlog the other day, we're looking into getting Lace, like counselling for her, so she knows how to deal with it. But you know, it's one of them things. It's I don't want to say it's shit, because it's not. He wouldn't be Liam if he wasn't, because we think it's gonna. If he wasn't autistic, he wouldn't be the same kid. He would be a completely different kid, if you know what I mean. So I wouldn't change him. He's my little dude, so I wouldn't change the way he is. So I wouldn't want to go, oh, it's shit, oh, I want to change him. It's just, obviously it's just going to be more difficult, and we don't know what the future entails, if you know what I mean. We don't know what he's going to be like when he's an adult. You know, it could be a thing that he ends up being like it for the rest. You know, well, he's always going to be autistic, but we don't know as he gets older if he's going to be able to. There's different, like, from what I've read and stuff like that. There's different levels, and it could be a thing that he might not have to look after himself when he's older, or we could do. But you know, that's a thing that's in the back of our mind, that it could be a thing that he, as we get older, he can't go and live on his own. So, you know, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, a bit of a jabberish vlog. I can't believe I actually got 13 minutes of chatting bowels. But yeah, sold 2 things today on the 1st of June, so that was cool. Yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna watch a bit of Sky News, watch the world end with Trump. It's amazing. I know. The thing is, what I find hilarious about him, he's the one politician who has said what he was going to do and he's actually doing it, and everybody hates him for it. So what he said he was going to do, he's doing it. Build the wall. He's batshit mental. Batshit mental. And the Americans voted him in. So if he's batshit mental and the Americans voted him in, what the fuck does it make the Americans? Watch the world burn. Anyway, I'll watch some Sky News and I'm going to bed. So, peace out. Stay safe. Stay beautiful. I'll try and make tomorrow's vlog better. It's just been a hard day. A pretty hard day. So, see you tomorrow.